Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the July edition of the Canyon Country Advisory Committee. We'll start, as always, with our call to order, our flag salute, and then some announcements. And then Matthew Nielsen here is going to tell us what's new in the Boys and Girls Club here in Santa Clarita Valley. Then we're going to get an update on the Burmite cleanup, if there is an end to this process in sight. We've been given some information at the last interjurisdictional meeting, and Rick Drew will inform us about how that's going. Then, hopefully right about at 8 o'clock, because our presenter, Maria, is presenting someone else. She's supposed to be here right about 8. Going to talk about Ready, Set, Go. She's from the fire department, and will talk to us a little bit about how we can prepare our areas if we have a hillside with brush on it, so as to avoid fires. Then we're going to have a talk about the saga of the solar panels on Soledad. Okay, and we'll go through it because it's been a very interesting saga, and it may lead us to another interesting thing you'll see at the end of it. And if we have time, we'll talk about AB 1810, which has just been signed by the governor's office. And what it does is it allows for criminals to claim to have a mental problem that can be handled with over a 2-year period, and it allows them to divert from the legal system into the mental system, and then come out without any kind of record at all. So we'll see what that goes, what that's all about. And if we have time, we'll go through a little bit of the highlights from the City Council meeting where they talked about the possibilities of building an amphitheater here in Santa Clarita. And also, we always talk about the fact that right at the end of the year, just before the City Council goes on hiatus, we always end up with our summer surprise. And this year, our summer surprise was found in the consent calendar. And it was a discussion about a resort to be built in Sand Canyon. And the interesting part about this, we'll talk a little bit about it if we have time. Interesting part about this, it was on the consent calendar. There was no staff presentation ready. They didn't talk about the plan at all. There's a question with land use, but they were ready to start the EIR. So we'll chat about that a little bit there too. Then our version of public participation is the first 5 people that want to speak for 1 minute, and then a preview of our next meeting, and we'll adjourn promptly at 9 o'clock. So as always, we go through about this time and talk about individuals that have done certain things that were heroic or that were just out of the ordinary, something that they've done that makes us very proud to be human. And in this case, I don't think anybody doesn't know about the cave rescue, where we had that group of soccer players and their soccer coach who were trapped in a cave by water invading the tunnels. And so they had a group of divers that brought in equipment and oxygen, masks, trained the kids of what they had to do, and ended up rescuing all of the children and the coach. But unfortunately, right at the beginning of this whole process, one of the divers, who was an ex-Thai Navy SEAL, died when he ran out of oxygen trying to get oxygen bottles into where the kids were. So, but what it says to us is, you know what? There are heroes all around us. And even more so than that, I thought it was really interesting to find the article about the kids themselves that were honoring him for what he did, and realize that we had these divers, and they looked like they came from all over the world, plus the Navy SEAL, and there's heroes all around us. We find out about that all the time. So, Judy, could you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Judy. All right, for announcements, we've got a fair number. But before we really go through the announcements, you remember last month we talked about the Canyon Country Summer Bash. That's the one event that the city has finally decided that they're going to give us over here this year. And if you notice the picture about the Summer Bash, shows kids playing in sand. Did anybody go to the Summer Bash, by the way? I did. Oh, you did? Okay, I did. There was no sand. And I asked them, I said, where's the sand, guys? And they said, oh, no, the sand's going to be in Newhall on a week from Thursday. So there will be sand in Newhall. The whole point about this is I don't begrudge Newhall sand. I think that's a great thing for the Newhall residents to have. But I want to know why all of a sudden, if they don't have the ability to do it in Canyon Country, they have the ability to do it somewhere else. It's just, we deserve more than one event a year. And we deserve that event to be top rate. Anyway, here for announcements. Still the reading program is continuing on to the end of the month at the libraries for the kids. So if you got some grandkids or kids that you want to take over there, that'd be a great thing to go do. Old Town Newhall Association is going to have the Santa Clarita Chalk Festival. We talked about that and saved that date, which is September 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. And they'll have artists doing drawings on the ground and allow you to kind of participate. And even if you can't bend down, there'll be ways that you can draw on tables and things like that. The Senior Center has come up with a veterans summer social on August the 16th. So if in fact you are a veteran or you know a veteran that might want to go and sizzle in the summer, it's available for them as well. From Henry Mayo, we're going to have a free community heart health fair. It's going to take place on Friday, August the 24th. So you can go there and learn more about, get some free heart screenings, blood pressure, it says, weight analysis. I don't know whether I want to do that. Body composition. They might tell me I got to do something I don't want to do. But anyway, it's free, and Henry Mayo is putting it on. For the Newhall Community Center, we found out today they have a whole list of classes that they are going to be providing mainly for kids. And if you have somebody that might want to take advantage of that, go online and see if one of those classes are what you'd like to see. And the tells you when the session is, from August 20th through October 12th, and from October 15th to December 7th. The Rotary, the Sunrise Rotary, is having their Rotary Pint Night. This is a car show, but it's a little different of a car show because it's alternate vehicles. So I know they're going to have some electric vehicles. They'll have some, maybe they'll have some rubber band powered vehicles. Who knows what they're going to have? But it's going to be an alternate item. And it's sponsored by the Sunrise Rotary from 4 to 9 on August the 21st. There's a Silence Under the Stars, a fundraiser by Hart Park. It's a $50 a head event. And if you want to see a good silent film and contribute to keep that venue running, it would be a good thing to go to. And I know that this is a lot of stuff, so I'll make sure to put it in PDF and send it out with the video links. From the Newhall Community Center, their after-school program is going to be going. If you know somebody or you have a grandchild that's in that situation, this might be something you'd be interested in. The Southern California the Santa Clarita Arts Association is going to have an art show, a gala, on September the 29th from 1:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. So if you're interested in that, it would be something you could also go and see. And remember, my favorite, the Rubber Ducky Festival, which will be on October the 13th. And remember, if you adopt some ducks, you can win some bucks, because the front prize is $1,000, and we've got several prizes to go. The only thing that we've got scheduled so far for 2018, and this is tentative. I talked to this gentleman this morning, but he is very much into the trying to prevent human trafficking in Clarita Valley, and he claims that this type of a problem is something that we have in some size. It's not small. So I'll see if I can get him here next month, and we can talk about that. Other than that, probably next month, by the time we talk about a little bit more about the homelessness draft plan that the city has. If you read my article tomorrow, you'll see there's an article about that draft plan, because the plan is not a plan. It's just a plan for more plans and more meetings. And it's not something that's really, and it takes place over between now and 2021. So it's nothing where the city is committing a lot of resources to, but I would like you to, if you read the last 2 lines of my article, I'm hoping everybody goes on their website. I put the link in the article, and go and look at that plan and comment back to the city before August the 22nd. So on August the 28th, when the city council gets back from hiatus, we've got something to talk about. Okay?